with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. I've finally figured out what I want to do with the rest of my life. Comedy, podcasting, crane driving, rigging, they've all been stepping stones on the way to my true calling. I want to become a thought leader. David Boyle, thought leader. That fucking makes sense, doesn't it? That's how I want to introduce myself to people. G'day, David Boyle, thought leader. Nice to meet you. What do you do? Computer scientist? What happened? Where did it go wrong for you? How did I become a thought leader? You know, you just have good thoughts, mate. I don't know how you become a thought leader, and I'm not too sure what a thought leader is, but I want to be introduced as a thought leader at some point in my life. You know how they do those TED Talks? And they introduce the person, they're like, thought leader, and it'll be some bullshit on how to make mud huts better in Africa. And you're like, thought leader? What the fuck? And then they'll interview the dude later on, and they'll be like, you're actually a college dropout, aren't you? And the crowd's like shocked. They're like clapping their hands, going, oh, he dropped out of college too. Oh, that's amazing. I should drop out of college as well. I might just drop out of college as we speak. I'm unenrolling now. Then you find out a sentence later that he dropped out of like fucking Harvard or Princeton. Yes, I was selected in the first round of applications to Harvard University. But after a semester, me and my roommate Elon Musk dropped out and decided to go our own way. And then after he says that, you can hear all the people in the crowd re-enrolling in TAFE. Let me back into my management course. Certificate 3 in legal studies. Just something broad as fuck, and the only thing you can get with it is like you can become a secretary at a lawyer's firm. But that's what I want with my life. I want to be introduced on a TED Talk as a thought leader, and then I want to be interviewed afterwards, and I want them to call me a college dropout, and people to be shocked. And the interviewer will be like, oh, David, you're another one of those shining examples of someone who left university and managed to pave your own way in the world. I'm like, yes, I have to admit, I too am a college dropout. Yep. 8 years of university and I just dropped out. I'm like, this isn't for me. 8 years, no degree. And I just dropped out. Thought, no, I can do better on my own. Just looked at my life, looked at my surroundings and thought, no, this isn't for me. There's got to be a better way. $43,000 in debt, dropped out. I'm here with you today. Thought leader Boyle. So you were at university for 8 years. Do you have a doctorate of some sort or a master's? I'm like, a master's? No. I attended university to keep people off my back. So I could do nothing throughout my 20s, and I mean nothing. And people wouldn't ask questions. I would just say, I'm doing a degree in business studies. And that's what I'm here to talk about with you today. I may not have a degree. I may be $43,000 in student loan debt, but boy, did I have fun not doing anything for 8 fucking years. Yeah, you feel like a loser for 6 of them, but just don't tell anyone you're failing. Just keep that to yourself. Feel like a loser inside. Don't tell anyone, and people won't know. The outside world won't know you're a loser, and that's the most important thing. Image. That would be my talk, bludging. That is the only thing I'm a fucking absolute world-class expert in. Bludging. They're like, so after your 8-year stint at university, where did you go from there? I'm like, I didn't go anywhere, Frank. University wasn't the end of the ride for me. After university, I pretended to be a writer. I didn't do any actual writing, that's just what I told people. Girls at bars, friends, family, anyone who wanted to listen. For years I was a writer. And people respect the writer, and no one actually reads, so they never ask questions. So that's always a good career to pretend to have. Okay. Okay. And the guy's looking around now. He's like, who the fuck booked this retard? So, what happened after your fake writing? Well, what happened was I never actually did any writing. I didn't do any more than 12 pages over that 2 to 3, 4 year period. And those pages were mainly lists. And after a while, if you tell enough people you're a writer, they're going to want to see some actual writing. So I'm like, all right, it's time to change fake careers. What are we going to do now? And like a lightning bolt of insight, like fucking Sir Isaac Newton leaning against a tree, watching the apple fall and discovering gravity, I thought to myself, I've made people laugh before, I think. Stand-up comedy. And stand-up comedy brought me another 5-6 years of unquestioned drinking. What do? I'm a stand-up. I do stand-up comedy. Who have you performed with? No one. Where do you perform? I'm not telling you. You don't want to come see it yet. Just wait. Wait till I'm good. I'm still fucking ironing out some of these creases. Networking's part of comedy. That's why I'm out 6 nights a week drinking till fucking 2 a.m. Then after the first 3 years of comedy, which was mainly just getting drunk, I decided maybe, just maybe, I might try and write some jokes now. I can't keep telling friends and family they can't come. At this point, the TEDx guy just thinks I'm a homeless guy who's just walked on stage. He's like, so what do you actually do? I'm like, this is what I do. I'm a thought leader. I speak to people like you. I tell the people what they want to hear. I get paid and I fucking catch the bus home. That's what I do. But TEDx doesn't pay their talkers. I'm like, what the fuck? This is fucking bullshit. Do you have any drink cards at least? Can I get a drink here? And then I turn to the crowd. I'm like, what have we learnt today? We've learnt you don't need an education. You don't need to try. You need no particular skills. And you definitely don't need any talent. And you too can make it all the way to your 30s without doing anything. It'll be one of TEDx's most popular fucking talks of all time. David Boyle, thought leader. Trying is overrated. The hero's journey. Good luck out there, kids. And I've been David Boyle. Thank you for having me. Now, do you have my drink cards, cunt? All right, that's it from me tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, just share it with your friends. I'll see you the fuck later.